It comes in the box, slide it open, it has this nice little owner's manual on top, and then the Skeletool's right there. And it's one-handed. And when you get it, it's pretty rough, okay? I mean, it says one-handed, but what I found, and I've only had this is my second day of owning it, is that pushing up on here gives me this. And you can see the red spot right there. That's from opening and closing it last night. And that's not from just opening and closing it once. It's from opening and closing it a bunch of times because it's fun. And there's more other rough spots on here too. These little pop rivets are, you know, you can feel them too. They scrape your fingers. All right, so let's do a full operation real quick. You've got the knife right here. You have an extra screwdriver blade in here, and this pops right out or pushes back in. And then you have your belt clip, or also a bottle opener. And then you have your pliers. And here's your screwdriver. That's basically it. So let's open her up. Okay. And what I've found on this, being in the couple days that I've had it, is that you got two ways to hold it. This way gives you a little bit of control. You turn it like this, and you've got all this control right here. Or you can hold it like this with your fingers wrapped around it and use your thumb and forefinger on the pliers. You know, it's actually really comfortable when you have it held this way, and you can control all the way open, where when you have it this way, it's harder to control all the way open, but it's really good, you know, about half open, which is fine. So you got your two options. And the nice thing about this is it has a, you know, a nice pair of pliers. It's tight. It's not loose in here, so where you set it, it's going to stay. Okay, it's not spring loaded, so it's not going to constantly go closed on you. The belt pocket loop here is really nice. This little clip here though is a second pain in the butt because I'm always catching my fingers in this and getting them snapped, so we're going to fix that too real quick like. Okay, then you got your screwdriver bit, you have your standard, and then you slide this out and you have your flat, and to push this little button right here, this slides out. And what I've noticed is it's longer this way. Okay, so they have these little tiny grooves on the side that locks in to this little pinpoint on here. So it locks into there. The problem is with this is that you slide this in and it locked right in. Okay, you can see that the lock is closed in there perfectly. Okay, but we'll just turn it over and put the other side in, and that's it. It doesn't go in all the way, so the lock doesn't lock into place, so it only stores into one position. Same thing on the flat blade. Locks in fine there that way. Flip it over and it sits up. Okay, on top of that, this one has to go back into the storage because this is the only one that fits in there. Okay, it's got the little storage tray right here for it. This just slides right in. The Phillips screwdriver doesn't fit in there, so your Phillips has to go back into the slot. Okay, the only thing is that, like I said, the big side has to go in. It's the only one that locks into place. Okay, so there it is, locked in just fine. Flip it over just one more time so you can see. There's the latch just sticking up. Flip it back over to where it's shipped at, and there, the little one locks into place. The other thing about the Phillips is that if you notice, it's flat, of course, to fit inside. So you have your two wider blades on the side and two narrow, you know, on this side. So, but not a big deal. It works. It works just fine. As far as one-handed operation on the pliers, it could be done with one hand, you know, as long as you got something to hold it onto, but it's just a pain in the butt. I know they said it's a one-handed operation, you know, and that's all it takes, but when it comes right down to it, the knife is one-handed. But all in all, I really like the tool, and because it's a minimal tool, I will carry this, where like with this one here, this just sits in my drawer. You know, I was given this one, and I really like the hammer, and I like all the tools on it, but look at the difference in size with the multi-tools here. Okay, so we have the 90s, the good old-fashioned style, then we have the 2000, 2010, somewhere in there, and then we have the 2020s, the new Leathermans. And you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and move this off to the side. My 1990 one, I carried this one for years. And I really like this one. You know, it was just a cheapo. You know, it's not a Leatherman, obviously. But the problem with this one is that it's not comfortable because your hands are just getting cut up by the steel here on the edges. So, I mean, this is nice, but you know what? This does not take the place of this. The new one is the best by far because it's comfortable on the outside. It's got a great grip. You know, it's comfortable to hold, and that's a big plus right there. Okay. And you know, I just love the looks of this one. That's why I bought it. You know, I mean, they have the full regular blade, they have the full serrated, they have the half serrated, and they have blades that they don't have the holes in them. Okay, like I said, had I known about this being rough to begin with, I might have done something else. But today, what we're going to do, real quick, along with it, is I've got my good old chainsaw file sharpener. We're just going to go ahead and take that edge off. Yeah, I've got this all nice and smooth now. Yeah, I nicked it up a touch just with the carelessness, but that's okay. But that feels good. I'm not going to be wearing out my thumb anymore. You know, no more Leatherman thumb. Big plus. Oh yeah, I can't feel it at all. Perfectly smooth. So, you know, that was a quick fix. Like I said, I really like this blade, and I just wanted to show you that real quick fix on that. And now, the one thing I like about this is see where my pinky finger is hitting? It hits down here, it's out of the way of the blade, I don't have to worry about it, I can move my fingers if I need to. When I'm holding onto it and gripping it, it locks into place just fine. What I did do is I went ahead and I oiled all the fittings, which is what it says, you need to lubricate it when you get it, and that's why it's working so nice and smooth. You might, when they come out of the box and you try and open it up, you're going to get a click, 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 okay? But this one here, it's oiled, comes right open, feels good, you know. And then of course it's got the Allen heads that you can adjust your pressures and stuff. It's spring loaded for the plier handle and for the knife handle right here. And that's what goes ahead and it actually locks the handles into place, which makes it nice over the top of the old one here. That really, it didn't lock into place. So, you know, when you're going to open it up, that's fine, but you know, the handle would move around. Where this one here is just nice and it's minimal, okay? Now to fix this. Cut a little bit extra of the tube. Okay, now we're going to try and put this on. Alright, I forgot to turn the camera on when I did this, but I just put that piece of 3050 tubing around the whole thing and slid it up on there. And now, I mean, how often am I going to use a bottle opener? I won't be using that at all. You know, probably hardly ever. Well, I will be using this clip, though, for sliding it on my pants in my pocket. Yes, sir. That's going to work out good. And one more time. You know, there it is. Leatherman Skeletool. You know, skeleton version with it all cut down and half serrated. So if you're looking for a good looking tool that you'll carry in your pocket all the time, that you're going to use, just a pair of pliers, a screwdriver, and a knife, one-handed knife that's nice and safe and doesn't hurt anymore, you know, yeah, a good EDC right here. That's all I got on that. You know, I just wanted to show you and show you the modifications really quick because I probably wouldn't have done a review on this had I not had to modify it. Because I don't do a lot of reviews on the tools that I buy. I've got a lot of tools over the years, you know, and very few have I had to modify right out of the box. But hey, you know what? I oiled this up and I modified it now. Yes, sir. It looks good. Worked out well. You know, no more clipping my fingers, no more clipping my skin. No more pain opening it up. Nice one-handed knife, works out really well. Yeah. Skeletool, baby. Yeah, I love it.